Hey guys, it's Zed again this week, and I don't know if it's just me, but like I feel like I look kind of like an elf with my ears and stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna start this week off. I hope everyone's had a good week so far. I'm gonna start this week off with a little quiz. Let's see if you recognize these voices. That one, if you don't know, that one was Homer Simpson. Let's see if you guys recognize this voice.
Brian, can I see that paper for a sec?
That one, I'll play it again. Maybe if it was a little too quick for you. Let me play it again.
Brian, can I see that paper for a sec?
That one was Peter Griffin. Let's see, you guys might know this one. Most of you should know this one.
To me, it's just a made-up word. A politician's word.
That one was none other than Morgan Freeman. This one, a lot of people should know also.
They also shared a bunch of student loans that still needed to be paid off. And you would have found it hard to predict that
That one was President Obama. And this one, hopefully most people know.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
That one was Psy. You might be thinking, what was that about? But I chose these voices because these are well known across most of America. Most Americans know who Homer Simpson is, know who Peter Griffin is from Family Guy. Most people know who Morgan Freeman is. Most people hopefully know who President Obama is. And most people know who Psy is. I chose those because those are well-known voices. And that kind of ties in today's topic, this week's topic, which is the voice of truth. Those voices which you've heard, I mentioned before, are well known. But there's a voice out there that isn't as well known. That's the voice of truth. You know, some people are like, oh, that's a cheesy tie-in or something like that. But, I think it's true. I mean, we know all those voices. We know voices and we hear things. We know things. But how many of us know the voice of truth? Not a lot of people do, especially with there's all these scandals and there's all these lies and everything going on. It's hard for us to figure out what's true. And it's hard for us to speak true. A lot of people don't worry about their honesty. The voice of truth is something that isn't that known in society, and I believe it should be well known. I believe more people should know about it. And I hope this isn't freezing because my computer just froze. But anyways, where was it? Yeah, those voices most people know of. But how many know about the voice of truth? How many have heard the voice of truth? How many speak the voice of truth? A lot of people, they say that they're honest, but most of them lie. It's hard to find people who are honest nowadays. A lot of people, they break their promise, or they'll tell you a lie, or they'll say something and forget it, or they'll cheat or something. The voice of truth is something that isn't well known. It's not as well known as Peter Griffin or Homer Simpson or anyone. The voice of truth is something that's more hidden and more lax and more in the back of the scene. And I believe that's something that needs to be more prominent. More people need to know about the voice of truth. So those voices, that quiz was to see how many of you knew those voices. And now I want to see how many of you know the voice of truth. Thing is, like I said, most people don't. So what I want you to do this week is to try to spread the voice of truth. Try to go out there and speak the truth. Try to go out there and encourage other people to speak the truth. Try to do something to spread the voice of truth. Make it as well known as, try to make it as well known as Morgan Freeman. He's pretty well known. Try to make it as well known as Psy. Try to make it as well known as Peter Griffin or Homer Simpson, or even Barack Obama, the president. We need to make the voice of truth more known. We need to make it out there, okay? So this week is the voice of truth. I want you guys to spread it, okay? That's something I believe is very important. We know all those voices, all those ones I quizzed you on, or most of you know most of them. So, why don't we all know the voice of truth? Have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye.